Hey guys, Tony here. Today we are going to review Road Rash 2. We're going to see if this belongs on the Sega Genesis Mini, and I'm also going to give a little mini review and some childhood memories. Do not forget to subscribe to me. At the end of the month of September, I'm doing another giveaway, Sega Genesis Mini. Alright guys, let's check it out. Road Rash on the Sega Genesis, the EA 1992 classic, before they churned out Madden game after Madden game. This is when EA made good titles, and they made a lot of them on the Sega Genesis. This game has a great arcade feel, and you and a buddy can race each other in a combat-based motorcycle racing game with lead pipes and all. Does this game belong on the Sega Genesis Mini? Yes, 100% it does. Why? If you were to make a list of about 20 to 40 games that show what the Sega Genesis was all about, this would be on that list. The soundtrack alone gives you the experience of the Sega Genesis. It has that gritty Genesis sound. Also, the Sega Genesis had a lot of titles that tried to bring the arcade experience into your homes. This game has that quote-unquote Sega feel to it that cannot be experienced on any other system. The good about Road Rash 2. The gameplay will have you hooked from the beginning. You go from track to track trying to upgrade your motorcycle and to get first place. Simple premise, but there is a twist. You can fight the other racers with your fists, chains, or lead pipes. I had so much fun trying to knock the other racers off their bikes. Another aspect I like about Road Rash 2 is the law is always on your tail. They're trying to bust you. And you can actually get knocked off your bike and get caught by the law that way. I actually thoroughly enjoy being knocked off my bike and trying to finish the race on foot. I've only accomplished this once out of sheer luck. I get a kick out of the physics and seeing my racer float off for what it seems like a mile. The bad with Road Rash 2. The graphics. The graphics are the worst part of your experience with Road Rash 2. It was very difficult for me to see what was coming up on the road because it was very pixelated. This did not take away from the fun factor, and this game is merely a product of its era. If you try to compare this game to the PlayStation 1 and 3DO versions of Road Rash, you will see the limitations of the Sega Genesis system. There is also a multiplayer mode with a split screen option. With this mode, it makes it even harder to see what is coming up on the road. But still, multiplayer is a lot of fun because of the combat in the race. Also, the soundtrack, although I liked it, can become distracting and also very, very annoying. These are just some minor gripes, but overall a solid Genesis title that you must play. Childhood memories of Road Rash 2. Road Rash 2 was one of my favorite rental games at my local rental store, Cinema Plus. They had this great deal where you could pick 5 games for $5 for 5 nights. And this was one of the games I would pick and play for a week straight. I also had an older buddy who owned this game, and he invited me over just to pulverize me in the multiplayer mode. He was really, really good at this game. I just played it for fun. I loved getting knocked off my bike and finishing the race on foot, like I said earlier. I thought it was hilarious that in theory you can finish the race on foot. And the mechanics, the jumping, basically going on the hills and floating, I love that stuff. So in conclusion, Sega made a great choice picking this game to be on the Mini. You'll have a lot of fun with this arcade feel game and the combat system. Do you think this game belongs on the Sega Genesis Mini? Do you have any childhood memories of Road Rash 2? Also, do you prefer Road Rash 1, 2, or 3 on the Sega Genesis? Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of this footage. And towards the end, I'm actually running on foot.